everyone, I am back again with another illustrated Tolkien video for that playlist collection series of books and videos that have artwork in them by a artist that isn't Tolkien and that I felt like showcasing. So let's just get into it. A little bit of pre-context as well as about this format. This is The Complete Guide to Middle-earth by Robert Foster, illustrated by Ted Nasmith. It is the definitive companion to the world of Tolkien. Now, this is an A through Z reference book. It primarily covers The Hobbit through the Silmarillion, and that's really the largest body of Tolkien's work that there is. There could be a few things in Unfinished Tales that could be implemented in here, one or two other stories, but in all honesty, 90% of anything Middle-earth related is listed in here. Possibly 95. I mean, I'm not super duper familiar with who appeared in what book for the first time ever, especially with the First Age stuff, but there could be a couple missing things. But overall, this is a terrific reference to have. Okay, a little bit about this edition. This was published in 2003, and it matches later printings of The Hobbit by Alan Lee before the 2020 versions came out. This matches the 2002 Lord of the Rings Alan Lee box set, and it matches the 2004 Ted Nasmith illustrated Silmarillion. Okay, now we're going to have a look at the book itself. As I'm holding this, it takes up a good amount of the screen, as you can probably see by watching this video, and for good reason, as it's larger than a regular Tolkien hardcover. You could call it oversized, and when I say it matches those other books I listed, that's why, because it has the same pretty much size dimensions. If anyone is familiar with some other larger illustrated hardcovers, it's similar to the illustrated Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, and a couple other books like that. It's pretty on par size-wise with the annotated Hobbit, just name-dropping some other large books that I'm familiar with, and you might be as well. Okay, now we get into the book itself. So here's the front image. Here's the rear. And there's the spine. See, that's what I mean by it matches those. And also the way that the spine is orientated, even though it's by a different publisher, it also matches The Hobbit that I showcased earlier. In terms of design, that is. And again, with the three images. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, I'm fairly certain there's nothing inside the immediate opening of the book. Everything in there is name references. You get genealogy tables, that sort of thing. But we're still going to have a look at the book to see what it offers. Okay, so we open the front. There's nothing there. We open the back. Again, there's nothing there. In other editions of these, the maps would be right there, I'm fairly certain. But we've peeled back the dust jacket. And this is definitely cloth. It's got that nice, softish canvas kind of feel to it. It feels a little softer than my Ted Nasmith illustrated Silmarillion that I showcased the first version of that. But yeah. And looking at the spine of it, yeah, it feels like it's definitely bound in cloth. And I'm fairly certain that the binding is sewn, but let's have a peek. Yeah, pretty sure. Or maybe it's a combination of sewn and glued or something. But either way, as a book, it's really nice, if that makes sense. You know, not talking about what's inside of it or how it looks, but how it's made. It seems like it's a well done, well-made book. Okay, so this is The Complete Guide to Middle-earth, like I said. Oh yeah, by the way, all the pages everything is glossy. It's not a mixture of regular paper and then photo paper for the illustration. The entire thing is glossy, like the 2004 Silmarillion, 2002 Lord of the Rings box set, and I'm pretty sure all printings of the original version of the Alan Lee illustrated Hobbit. I'm pretty sure when it came out in 97, it used complete photo paper all throughout, not separated style. And this illustrated edition, 2003. I actually got this in 2015, in the spring of 2015, maybe early spring, late winter, and I'm pretty sure it went out of print later that year. Because I know at some point everyone started clamoring for this all of a sudden, because sometimes when a certain Tolkien book goes out of print, everyone drops everything to try and find it. But it's been in print for a good 12 years before, being discontinued. There is a current version of this in the hardcover format, but this precise exact copy is out of print. As such, that's going to show the printing number info just for reference purposes. Okay, so let's see if we can find a list of illustrations. I do not think there would be one. I don't know if the current one has one or not. No, we don't get one. See, it's A through Z, and there's no table of contents, which makes sense. Here we are. Yeah, see, if there was a list of illustrations or a list of plates, odds are it'd be listed on the table of contents. So that is essentially it. I could show you some of the book, but the aim of these particular videos is to show you what makes this one different or unique from another hardcover version of this same title, also illustrated by the same artist. All right, that's all for now, and I'll be back with one more video.